The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the New England Patriots. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And right away, he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. They're going to look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying, all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
They go play action here on first down. Got his open man. It's Carr. 7 yards to pick up there. This defense for the Patriots, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
On third and short, going with their tight end. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 32. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Play action. They'll throw. Rolling to his right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
Uses the stiff arm.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Richie Grant in on the tackle.
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
The Patriots into the red zone for the first time. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire
with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away.
And into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He's going to keep this again. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Gentry dumps this one off to Mack. Mack gets hit and the ball is free. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They give it off here to the tight end. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big gain there on 3rd and long.
for as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll try and sneak it here. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. It's their quarterback hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked up by Richie Graham.
And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man. You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. On the give, this is Mack. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Marlon Mack, his second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. Extra point attempt to come here. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll set up a throw. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Following the fumble recovery, Gentry. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 1st half. Throwing on 1st down, Gentry. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Second and 10. Back to throw. Gentry. They look for Pitts again. This time he's got it. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw again. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, as the 1st half is winding down, and the Falcons have retaken the lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Pats at the line, ready to go as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. They'll come out throwing here on first down.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Gentry.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off right around the 43. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Edwards-Helaire now off the option. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4.
2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw here.
He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Off the option, it's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4.
2nd and 6.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Back to throw. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 16.
Oh, that's a big let off there on third down because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a first down, but for big yardage as well.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Flush to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. And his kick here is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Gentry. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Mack. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. 2nd and 11. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a play fake here on first down. He completes it to Henry. And out of bounds right around the 20. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Patriots have retaken the lead.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Patriots have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. So the Patriot offense stays out there, and they'll line up and go for 2. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
I feel like we're going to see more and more of this continue to flow into the NFL game, and that is the quarterback run game. Not successful here going for 2, but it's not something that people shy away from totally anymore either.
In particular, do you think more so around the goal line?
I think so. Anytime it's short yardage, anytime you can go ahead and keep the ball in the hands of the quarterback who's athletic, you go ahead and do that rather than risk a handoff or a pitch.
They just couldn't get it done there, though. 2-point try fails. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw. Gentry. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Christian Barmore in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Returnable here from the 38. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now they can't bring him down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 43 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Second and 6. That'll be caught. It's Rager. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 12-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score.
His 5th touchdown on the ground, number 8 overall. And the Patriots are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Gentry. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. On 2nd down, it's Mack. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Looking to throw. Gentry.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete.
Touchdown, Falcons.
Kyle Pitts.
His 5th touchdown now on the Falcons have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this is back to a 5-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
Pats at the line, ready to go. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. Trucks over him. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 64 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And that's a tired defense out on the field right now. They desperately need a stop to get the ball back to their offense, but they're having trouble getting that done. Another gut-wrenching run right there.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And right side, Henry's got it. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Edwards-Helaire now off the option. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
He'll look to throw. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look. 6 DBs. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. Right back to Pitts again. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. He's back to throw. And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Off the option, it's Edwards-Helaire.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Patriots, they improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of this 17-game schedule. And they'll return home next week to take on